Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Raved and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we went over to that sinister looking lair where we found not only the members of Team Snag'em that supposedly took our snag machine, but also a familiar face known as Zook, the same man that we saw at Gadenport and also over there. We couldn't catch his Shadow Zangoose because we do not have the snag machine, and I'll say right now, it looks awkward as hell to have our hands with, or at least our left hand with our snag machine. I mean, I like how they did that, but honestly, is it just me? Or does his left arm look really tiny? I mean, hell, it looks like, I don't really mention other games that are like, you know, with an M-rated rating or whatever, but it kind of looks like those badass psychos in Borderlands 2. They have like a huge ass arm and they have like very tiny stubby little stubby legs. Well, they kind of do, but like little tiny arms on the left one and it's right, and it's like a huge psycho, you know, like huge hand or whatever. But anyways, moving on to other things, let's go ahead and continue with today's episode. And that would be going over to the Outskirt Stand, which we discovered last episode via Sec. So, this is a place in Pokemon Coliseum that was actually the first place that he went to, because this is where the game started you off at. And I have to say right now, nothing, or at least mostly everything, is still there. So I'll go ahead and stay quiet so you can... Mirror B! Come on! I completely forgot about to mention that. Every time you, or not every time, but when you come here for the first time, you will get that reading. And something that may throw you off a little bit is if you go ahead and check the mirror radar right now. He's at the Outskirt Stand. He's exactly right here. So where could he be exactly? Well... Insert burping noise here. Whew, did I ever pig out? That was the first decent food I've had in too long, I tell ya. Yeah, that's great and all, Trudley, but we really... Oh, shit. I deeply apologize for that. Apparently, there was a fire when there wasn't a fire. I don't know why the fire alarm went off right there. I deeply apologize. You may have heard it because I kind of had to run away, and I feel like I should probably add just because it'll add a little bit more humor to this video. Anyways, yeah, that's great and all, Trudley, but are you really doing the right thing living this way? I worry about my future, you know? Maybe I really need to consider changing my lifestyle. Now, what are you going on about, Folly? You're not your usual self. Don't tell me you've forgotten the boss's dream. We're going to own all the Pokemon in the whole wide world. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Achoo! Achoo! Oh, boss! Whoa! Did I overhear you two talking about me? Oh, well, it isn't that super aggravating little boy who served me up a bitter memory at the Pokespot. Whoa, what perfect timing. For a little exercise after my meal, I'll wipe you out with my elegant steps. Let the music start. And as abruptly that is, this is our next battle against Mirror B. This is actually the second battle that is scripted toward this game and is, well, basically essential to the whole plot of doing this. He's going to be starting out with two Lombres, one of them being level 26 with Move's Water Gun and Rain Dance, and the other one being a level 26 as well with Move's Water Gun and Mega Drain. Once again, not necessarily the most diverse team and its move choices, but hey, we're not going to argue that. So, you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to use Ice Beam on Lombre, and I'm going to use Return on the Lombre over here, because I'm not so sure that this is going to land a critical. I mean, yeah, gee, like, what, a critical can really land? I mean, I'd be impressed if it did, but I highly doubt it, and I was kind of hoping that by saying that it would kind of work. But hey, you got Solid, or Frozen Solid, and, excuse me 1 minute. Sorry about that, I had to quickly move something right over there, but I want to go and explain freezing. Now, freezing a Pokemon is probably one of the most... I'm trying to think of the right word for it. One of the most uncommon side effects you can get to it. Sure, you know, it happens as much as other ones, but to be honest, I've really barely ever been frozen solid, and the thing is, you can get thawed out the exact next turn, so it could be deemed useless. At the same time, it also can be deemed useful, but we're not getting into that. Anyways, his next Pokemon is going to be another Lombre, level 26. This time it's a female. Now we know how to reproduce. Okay, I'm not going to say that. With the moves Water Gun, Rain Dance, and Fire Punch. Don't ask me why this Pokemon knows Fire Punch. Just go with it. So, I'm going to go ahead and use Blizzard. I have not used Blizzard in a long time, so let's see how this fares. I'm going to use Brick Break on that Lombre just because. So, let's see if I can get lucky and land Blizzard on both of the Pokemon. This has a... Wow. Wow, that did nothing. Damn, for something with 120 attack power, it sucks. Anyways, with that Lombre being taken down in 1 hit and the other one being taken down in 2 hits because we got hit by another Blizzard, he's now be sending out his next Pokemon. A Nose Pass, but more specifically, just to troll us again. It is a Shadow Nose Pass, level 25 plus, moves Shadow Mist and Shadow Wave. Yeah, they seriously send out another Shadow Pokemon that just simply trolls you by being like, ha, you can't get me because you don't have a snag machine and it's wrong to just grab it on the field because it could probably attack you and hurt you really badly. But anyways, you know what? I have not used Water Gun. I have not used a single water move in a long time. Let's use Water Gun and Nose Pass, and I'm going to use Brick Break once again on Lombre, since that seemed to have done the trick last time we used it on the other Lombre. So, Water Gun, is that going to do the job? It does not look like it, but hey, it did a lot of damage, so I am not worried about that at all. And yes, once again, we have to take down this Pokemon. I know, it sucks, but we have to do it anyways, and I'm not even going to comment on what I saw in Mirror B's crotch. Don't ask why I was there. The camera was in my face. I swear I'm not intentionally looking at Mirror B's crotch. I should shut up now. Anyways, Shadow Wave, that really should not do anything at all. Yeah, barely, what, 7 damage? And oh no, not 9 damage. Gee, that did so much more. You are really, really aggroed up, Nose Pass. Oh, God. Anyways, his final Pokemon is going to be a Ludicolo, level 26, with the moves Water Gun and Rain Dance. You were expecting something unique there? I almost said dynamic. Well, yeah, I guess it could work. You're expecting something more dynamic in its moveset? No. It's exactly the same moves as the Lombre that he sent out first had. I know, kinda boring. But hey, we cannot say it's boring with this awesome music to back it up. And I have to say, sadly, yes, end. And I do want to give some interesting trivia about Rain Dance right here, since Ludicolo should use it right there. In Pokemon Coliseum, at least from what I remember, this sound that played after, in fact, I'll let you listen right now. It just sounded like rain, correct? Like it was just rain, like, you know, hitting the ground and stuff like that. In Pokemon Coliseum, for some reason, not for some reason, it could be a little bit more logical. They added a sound of water going down a gutter or a drain. I suppose they did that to make it seem like, you know, the arena where they're fighting it would be flooded. And yeah, that is a nice effect, and they took it out on XD for reasons unknown. Honestly, I would rather have that gutter effect back. It sounded really cool, and honestly is a nostalgic sound effect to me. So anyways, that Ice Beam did not take the job down, but with this Brick Break, Ludicolo has now fainted. And might I say, I like Ludicolo. I have nothing else to say right there, I'm sorry. But with that, we have taken down Mirror B once again, rather easily, with Snuggles on our side and Poseidon just being Poseidon. I shouldn't have done something this strenuous after Eden. Well, looks like a stomach ache there, or he kind of died again. Hence the whole Michael Jackson thing about him dying from a heart attack and him showing that heart attack. Oh, how dare you! I say how dare you! Next time I'll put things right and lay down my elegance. You said that this time and you didn't. How about you actually say by what you're saying? Let's go! Escape! And we hear that awesome sound effect. Oh boy. Anyways, now that Mirror B has been taken out, let's move inside the Outskirt Stand. And I have to say right now, I want to ask you guys a little bit of a favor. I never really do this when it comes to doing stuff outside of nicknaming my Pokemon or suggesting something. I want to go ahead and ask, the sign right there in the Outskirt Stand, what does that say? I've looked around countless sources, that being Cerebi.net and Bulbapedia itself, and other sites that I will not list because I don't want to list them, and nothing has been said about this. So if you are someone that can somehow read what it says right there, please let me know. I'm really interested to know what that means, and it would be really appreciated. And who knows, the first person that actually says it, or even if you're the only person that says it, will get a shout out in the next episode where I come over here and I say it. So thank you if you decide to do that. So anyways, at long last, let's enter the Outskirt Stand, and that's there right now. Before we do, remember how I said, or at least I thought, that Anka got fired. I was looking for the right word. I was kind of like struggling there for a second. Remember how I said how Anka might have gotten fired at OMBS because Sek was on the report for us taking down Snaddle in Phoenix City? She's back! We bring you a breaking news story. I am back. Okay, no, just kidding. The cargo ship SS Libra was found in the desert north of Fennec. Its baffling disappearance is believed to have been caused by Cypher. It is unclear as to how the ship was transported to the desert, however. Cypher's motives for taking the ship are also unknown. Unfortunately, there was no sign of numerous Pokemon aboard the ship. Concern is rising for their safety and welfare. Didn't she say that last time? I honestly can't remember if she said that for something else at another time. Anyways, before we go ahead and actually talk to Hordel, who, by the way, is right over here, I want to go ahead and show off the Outskirt Stand. Now, the first thing you may notice would be this guy right over here. And yes, I'm going to be using the Western and Southern accent because he is in this place, which is a dilapidated locomotive engine. Is that right, my friend? So you're traveling by your lonesome. If you're going to stay on the road, you should stock up on supplies here. I've got a selection of Pokeballs, too. For the longest time, Pokeballs were just good for catching dust. They're selling again thanks to the wild Pokemon. Now, I want to go ahead and elaborate on what he said right there. In the events of Pokemon XD, Pokeballs are sold in the Outskirt Stand as well because the wild Pokemon have appeared in the Pokespots thanks to duking and the whole thing about Pyrite's wild Pokemon boom. In Pokemon Coliseum, however, there were not any wild Pokemon. The only Pokemon that you can get in the game would be the Shadow Pokemon that you obtain, as well as any that you evolve. And I have to say right now, in Pokemon Coliseum, this guy has Pokeballs that were collecting dust, but they gave him to the main protagonist to go ahead and catch the Shadow Pokemon. And in addition, this was the only place in Pokemon Coliseum that you could go ahead and buy Pokeballs from. However, in this game, you can buy them in various Pokemarts that do supply them. So, you may be thinking what kind of Pokeballs this guy has. He has some he has some really freaking good ones right here. I almost said freaking pretty, or pretty freaking good one. Whatever, I'm not even going to question what I said anyway, so that sounds the same either way. Anyways, he has 4 specific balls on sale. An Ultra Ball, one that has a higher catch rate than a Great Ball, quite obviously. A Net Ball, which will work good on water and or bug Pokemon. A Nest Ball is good on Pokemon that are weaker to the level... Okay, let me go and explain this a little bit better. It says it works better on weaker Pokemon. What they mean by that is it works better on any Pokemon that is a lower level than the Pokemon that you currently have out on the field. So, if you have a Pokemon on the field that is level 30 and you are fighting a wild Pokemon that is level 15, however, a Nest Ball will have a higher catch rate because of that. And lastly, and might I say, this is one of my favorites, a Timer Ball. A ball that gains power in battles taking many turns. The more turns that the battle takes that you're in where you're trying to catch a Pokemon, the higher catch rate this ball will have. Very, very nice. And there also are some other items such as Super Potions, Hyper Potions, Full Heals, Revive, and Pokesnacks. And I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple of them. I have 5 on hand right now. I'm going to buy 10 just to get back to my whole 15 thing. Yes, 3,000, not the biggest dent in the world. So, I actually want to go ahead and sell a couple things. I want to go ahead and sell something down here. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. The Focus Band. Yeah, it's only 100. I'm not going to get anything from it, but I want to sell anyways just because I really am not going to use it at all. So, after we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and quickly show off a couple things over here. There is an old jukebox here that you cannot use at all, but it is a nice feature to the place. It makes it feel a little bit more lively, you know, feel more like a diner, because this place is a diner, if you cannot tell from the plates, and the little utensils, and the stools, and the kitchen in the background, which I understand how he makes food on that little cutting board. Anyways, the most important feature to this game, besides Hordel being here in the Outskirts Stand, would be this guy right over here. Little guy, I've seen your face somewhere before. Are you maybe a famous Pokemon trainer? Well, I'm not exactly famous, but I have been on ONBS a few times, and by that I mean once, and that was for the taking down of Snaddle in Phoenix City. So, I don't mean to go ahead and be egotistical, but yeah, I'm pretty friggin' famous. Phew, I can tell. Your eyes like the look of someone good. I bet your Pokemon are ascending too, little guy. If the opportunity ever arises, I'd like to have a battle with you. Phew, although I doubt you could beat me all stuttering that last sentence there, I apologize. Anyways, let's go ahead and finally talk to Hordel. And might I say, man, I feel sorry for you. I'm Hordel. Are you maybe Sebastian? Am I glad to see you? I was terrified that Cypher would find me and drag me away if I stayed much longer. You see, I fled from Cypher's key lair way in the north. Oh? You know that place? Wow, you people at OMBS sure get information quickly. The key lair is a factory. It was made to mass-produce shadow Pokemon. When I discovered that, I was horrified. I came to hate my job, so I escaped. When I fled, I managed to spirit away just one shadow Pokemon. But even then, there were already many shadow Pokemon. I'm sure they've produced even more since then. So, in order to obtain what he has to give to us, we need to have a space of 5 or a space of 1 in our party. And right now, we currently have a full party of 6. And in order for us to go and do that, we need to talk to him again. So, I will be right back after I go ahead and deposit 1 Pokemon in the PC. I apologize for the inconvenience if you're looking at this as a walkthrough, and I did not mention that while we were in Pyrite's town, but I forgot. Sorry once again. But upon leaving the Outskirt Stand, you go ahead and get a letter from Sec. To Sec, from Sebastian. We've located Team Snag'em. They've been operating out of their old hideout north of the Outskirt Stand. We don't know the size or the group or much about the leader, Gonzap. Be careful if you're going there. By the way, are you searching for Team Snag'em's hideout? Wow, what a perfect time to see it. Did you read my mail by any chance? Oh, Hordel. Anyways, Team Snag'em's hideout is around here somewhere. I passed it while fleeing from Cypher's key lair. It was in a desolate spot, much like the Outskirt Stand. Anyways, upon leaving the Outskirt Stand, however, check it out. Yo, wait up! Hey, my name's Willie. I remember who you are now, kid. You're that kid that sent Cypher packing at Fanac, aren't you? You were on TV. Hey, listen, let's have a battle, you and me. How could I say no to you, Willie? You have freaking awesome pink hair, and you are a cowboy with I'm colorblind. With red spurs. You bet I want to battle you. Yeehaw, that's the spirit. Alright, over here, this way. Are these shots looking familiar to any of you? Yeah! I'm burning now, I'm on fire, it's full throttle time. Vroom, vroom, let's roll. And before I press A, I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet for a little bit because I want you guys to immerse yourself in the music that is Willie's battle theme. Ready? This is Rider Willie, the first person that you fight all the way back in Pokemon Coliseum. He has now been introduced to this game once again, playing a more minor role, but still he is here nonetheless with this awesome music, and oh my god, I love this song to death. It is so upbeat and it's so perfect. Honestly, I freaking wish that this music was the music that played as a regular battle theme in Pokemon Coliseum, and I'd say right now, Pokemon Coliseum's main music battle theme, which is like sucked. I'm gonna say it right now, I did not like it. It got really repetitive at times, but this one is just so upbeat and it fits the environment and the character really perfectly. I love it to death, and his entire team consists of Zigzagoons and Linoons as well. I'm not gonna go over what they are because it really isn't that much of an important battle, none as it is an awesome and unique battle, and plus, there really is no mention of the movesets for his Pokemon, so I apologize for that. Anyways, I really hope you guys are enjoying this music as much as I am, because I have to say, this music is probably my most memorable piece of music from any video game I played in my childhood ever. It just fits so well with me playing it. Hell, I guess I can tell a little bit of story right now. When I was playing Pokemon Coliseum all the way back in 2004, when I first played this, it was on my mom's TV, and we had like one of those standard TVs that were like, maybe like 20-inch or whatever. Not big at all. And I played Pokemon Coliseum on those, and I have to say, from the really shoddy sounding audio that the TVs had at the time, it sounded perfect to me. And hell, I was looking like way up because that TV was on a thing that was like, I don't know, 8 feet tall, and I was only like a few feet at the time, like maybe 3 or 4 when I was like 8 years old, or not bad, not 8, but like 6. When I was like 6, I got this game and I was like listening to this and it was beautiful. And to this day, it still remains to be one of my favorite soundtracks in the entire game. Not only Pokemon Colosseum, but Pokemon XD as well, and I really enjoy how they brought this back. So anyways, enough about my rambling about how awesome this music is. You guys should be listening to it as well, and I'm keeping the volume a little bit higher, so if my commentary is a little bit hard to hear, hopefully the music that I've increased it a little bit for this battle will let you go ahead and forgive me for that. And sadly, Poseidon, you are not going to forgive me because I completely neglected your HP. Well, looks like at long last we can finally use one of our 2 Pokemon here. I've been giving Poseidon and Snuggles a lot of training recently, and I apologize if I have not been showing up Black Hole and Aggravation, but I really just need to go ahead and get started with this. So, let's go ahead and send out Black Hole. I have not used him in a while, or rather... Oh no, I was right, it was him. Okay, Aggravation's the girl, Black Hole is a guy. Okay, just gotta remember that for later, for future reference, even though it wasn't really needed to send him out because kind of took him out on its own, or Earthring kind of took it on its own. I kind of just completely forgot to say Earthring. Ugh. Anyways, with that, Ryder Willie has been defeated. I can handle loss. I still need seasoning. Those lines sound familiar? He says nearly the exact same things as he did in Pokemon Colosseum. And sadly, this music has to come to a close. My heart hurts a little bit right now. But yeah, you're tough. Real tough, kid. You stomped us good. So long as you're around, Aura's future is safe. Well, thank you very much for the compliment, Willie. Anyways, before we go ahead and go over to Pyrite Town, I say we end things off here. This is looking like a little bit of a long video, at least to me right now. I don't know how long it'll really be, but I don't want to go ahead and make this too long of an episode. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we're going to come back here with a party of 5 and obtain the Shadow Pokemon that Hordel took from the Cipher Key Lair. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, once again, if you know what that sign says, please leave it down in the comments. Trust me, you'll be thankful, or at least I'll be thankful, and you'll be appreciated for it. See you guys next time.